This lesson will be going over rearranging or stacking, copying, deleting, and merging layers. So we went over a little bit last time where you can grab one of these and rearrange it this way, where the line, it falls wherever the line is. And that is easy enough to do. But when you're sitting there and you have, a little over 50 of layers and you want to go down, so you can also grab the control key and then do your bracket, left bracket will go down. See, as the 4 goes down, right bracket will take it back up. If you hit the option bracket, that'll make the selection go down, but not moving the layer. And we're going back up with the right. So you can use your bracket. Remember, Control will move the order. Alt will move just the selection. And we'll put it back there where it was. All right. So that's your keyboard shortcut for that. And then you also have your dragging. So those are the two ways you can do that one there. So now we're going to go to the copying. So there's several different ways you can copy. You can grab it just like we did on the other one and go over this one. It makes a copy. And you can pull it over here. Then you can highlight it and do go over there and press your Alt and move it a little bit. Now you'll have the 2 double arrows. Then you click, pull away, and then you can move it around. And then you can also have the auto select on. So remember, auto select, you can just select. We'll go back there, or you can have auto select off and just hit Control and then hit the button where you want to go. But you have to be on the paint in order to do that. So let's go back here. The last thing is do a keystroke, which would be Control J, which gives you the last copy, and you can move it to the side. Now you can go and delete the layers. One, you can just hit delete on your keyboard. That deletes it. 2, you can grab it and go to the trash can. And then just highlight it and delete it. Okay. Okay, now we're going to go over merging layers. So there's a couple different ways we can merge layers. So we'll start off with this number 4 layer here. And we can right click on it. And notice right here, we can merge down. That we don't have to have any other layer selected. We just merge down and it automatically merges 3 and 4. So we'll undo that, or let's go ahead and merge down again, but using over here. This will give you the same, almost the same stuff that you can get when you right click, but also shows you the shortcut key over here. So we'll go ahead and hit that. We'll merge down again. And this time we'll just do the shortcut key, which is Control E. And then merge them all together. Now remember, we can edit undo one, but we can't edit undo that because then it'll go back. So what we can do is go merge down, delete, merge down, delete. Okay, so that's one way of doing it. We can also grab all of them by hitting the first one and Shift, which will grab them all, and then Control E. Now, since there's more than one done, you won't get merge down now. You just get merge layers, which is Control E. So we'll go ahead and do Control E, and it merges them all together. Edit, undo. And so since we got all four of these done, now let's just say we wanted the visible. So let's turn off this and turn off background. And we right click here and merge visible. Again, merged all four, edit, undo. And then we have over here, merge visible is Shift Control E. So let's just go ahead and do that one. Shift Control E, which did them all again. Control Z to edit, undo. And there's one other way that it's not really merging. It's called, if you go up here, convert to smart object. So I like doing that because once you and right click, convert to smart object. Now what that does is it merges it into one like you have, but it allows you to go in and edit each one of these individually by going over here on the far right side, edit contents. Now what that did was, here's our original, and then we have these we can edit. Now you can see the layers are broken up. So if you double click on 2, go to stroke, highlights it, say OK. And then to get out of here, we just close this. Do you want to save it? Yes. Now we have it modified on the merge or the smart object. Now we want to undo that. So we'll go up here and undo that there. Undo that there. Now then we're back to normal. So let's go ahead and turn these on. And that's pretty much how you merge all the different ways with this. Remember, Control E shifts it with 1 down to the next layer, and then Shift Control E, merge visible. Okay. And then of course just Shift right click merge, or Control E once you have more than one selected. All right, that concludes the merging of layers. If you liked the video, please select like down below and go ahead and subscribe for the channel to see the next video. All right, I wanted to go over one last thing before we close out for today. So I have a file, has several layers, and we want to make sure we save this, and next time we open it back up, we have all the layers. So that's going to be your Photoshop. It's a PSD file, basically, file, save as, and then you'll want to select the PSD, and you want to make sure that this has a layers is checkmarked. If you don't checkmark the layers, you're going to get a PSD file, but basically it's going to be one image. So all your layers are going to flatten. So you want to make sure that that's checked, and make sure that is PSD. Now you can go down here and select any one of these to save as. Your most ones that you're going to be saving it as is a JPEG right here, and also the PNG. JPEG is usually your smallest file for any web stuff, and your PNG is going to give you the transparent ability for the background for your like logos and stuff like that. I'll go ahead and cancel as I already saved it. And then there's one other way you can get, you can do export as, and you can go through here and select these are, this is kind of like the legacy kind, basically. Let's see, I usually do the JPEG, 100% quality. You're going to adjust your width in that depending on what you're doing it for. You can include your copyright and contact info. That's going to be in your preferences that you can put that in there. And then export all. That'll create a JPEG, basically, right there. And if you're not used, or you don't want to do that, and you want to go to the legacy, I don't know if that one has a better compression rate or not, but this is the save for web legacy. This will give you the old look here. Same thing, you got your selection here, change your size here, percentage, and then just go ahead and save. That'll bring up your folder here, same thing. So there's a couple different ways you can do it, but always when you're working with a project, a Photoshop project, make sure it's PSD and your layers is check marked. All right, and that concludes the lesson for today. If you liked the video, please like below and also subscribe. All right, everyone, have a good evening. Thank you very much.